We're on to Minnesota, which is linked to big names like John Collins or Ben Simmons via trade. I don't think John Collins is leaving Atlanta. So I don't even think a sign and trade is really on the table there. What they really need is another frontline partner for Karl-Anthony Towns. Aside from, look, Jaden McDaniels is there, and he's really good. I like Paul Millsap there, maybe a Rudy Gay. I don't think PJ Tucker would go there, but he would be interesting. I could also see, if you knew he was going to play at some point next season, taking a flyer on Zach Collins would be really interesting. Or maybe even just having a multi-year flyer to know that, oh, he's in-house once he's healthy. He will play for us. I think they're one of the teams that, even if Otto Porter would be willing to go there to try and reboot his value, I think he would help a ton. I am more interested to see what they do via trade, because I think I would love to, if they want to get in the Ben Simmons sweepstakes, by all means, go do that. But as more like realistic targets, I love the idea of Jonathan Isaac in Minnesota. Imagine him and Karl-Anthony Towns playing together on the front line. Or even Harrison Barnes as your 4. Like that's, and you have like some money to get there depending on what Sacramento's asking price is, and presumably Sacramento's leaning into a rebuild or trying to cut money during that. So those are the 2 trade targets I have really circled for them. I could add another name to that list, but I didn't want to list him for so many teams because he's coming up. And you'll notice him in a second, but he would also fit here. But he's a man to be named later.
Fair enough. I wrote down not Danilo Gallinari because I forget where the rumor came from, but there was the rumor that they were looking to acquire him from the Hawks, which just doesn't make any sense for this already offensive-driven team. I love the idea of adding more frontcourt versatility to this lineup around D'Angelo Russell and Karl-Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards. And I like the names you mentioned. I'm also including Nick Batum and JaMychal Green. Both guys who can feasibly play both at the 3 or the 4. They can fill so many different roles. Batum really reemerged as that Swiss Army knife during his resurgence with the Clippers. JaMychal Green has been able to defend so many positions and really ingratiate himself to the Denver organization with his work ethic and just willingness to fill those little roles. And that's the kind of player that you need alongside three plus guys who are such ball dominant offense first superstars or potential superstars.
I really like the JaMychal Green pick. I'm so curious to see what happens because he declined his $7.6 million player option. So I assume he expects that he's going to get at least a full mid-level, which the Timberwolves could in theory work with. I would like him there. The free agent, the most ambitious one, if New Orleans is open to somehow a sign and trade with Josh Hart, feels like he would be a really good fit in Minnesota. You are getting smaller on the wings, but just having Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniel, Josh Hart, like there's some like really fun lineups that you could build with that.
I still like Malik
trio.
Beasley too much for that to be a huge priority for me, but I do like the fit.
If you trusted Malik Beasley to run stuff for you, you could throw Malik Beasley with those 3 plus Karl-Anthony Towns. Right. You do have D'Lo on the bench in that situation, but whatever.
Sunk cost at this point.
No, that's excessive.